Hello and congrats, we're back with some more Buffalo Sabres franchise mode in FHM 12. And in this one, we have the Year 7 playoffs, starting out against the 48, 29, and 7 Pittsburgh Penguins. So let's get right into game number 1. Sim game, that will be a 2-1 Buffalo victory. Shots are 30-17 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are McKenna, Lafreniere, and Buryaskin. First period, you have Gavin McKenna scoring from Buryaskin and Ufko to make it 1-0. Then it's Tommy Lafreniere for Pittsburgh to make it 1-1. And then the second period, you have Dorian Eklund-Asp on the power play from Hellenius and McKenna to make it 2-1. And in the third period, no scoring, and it's a 2-1 victory for us. 1-0 lead in the series. Here we go. Game number 2 will be a 3-0 Buffalo victory. There you go. Shots are 31-18 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Eklund-Asp, Griva, and Evans. First period, no scoring. Second period, Eklund-Asp with the goal from Griva and Ufko to make it 1-0. Third period, Evans with the goal in the power play from Eklund-Asp and Aram Olsen to make it 2-0. And then Griva with the goal from Eklund-Asp and Evans to make it a 3-0 victory. All right, heading into game number 3, up 2-0 in the series. Can we make it 3-0? Yes, we do. In fact, that is an 8-1 Buffalo victory. And that is what you'd like to see. Shots are 31-17 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Hellenius, McKenna, and Evans. 2 hat tricks for us in this game. First period, Hellenius gets the goal from Stenberg and Morrow to make it 1-0. And then Hellenius on the power play from McKenna and Evans makes it 2-0. Heading into the second period where it's Buryaskin with the goal from Pettersson and Aram Olsen. Then you have McKenna with his first of the game from Thompson and Evans to make it 4-0. Nuchev late in the period from Del Mastro and McKenna to make it 5-0. Heading into the third period where it's McKenna with his second of the game from Aram Olsen to make it 6-0. Kent Johnson with the lone goal of the game for Pittsburgh to make it 6-1. But then it's McKenna with the hat trick from Thompson and Morrow, and then Hellenius with the hat trick from Stenberg and Del Mastro to make it an 8-1 victory and a convincing 3-0 series lead. And now Axel Ellison is back. So here we go into game number 4. We're going into it. It's an elimination game. Round number 2 on the line. Face off in the defensive zone, and it's going to be for Pittsburgh. And that's on the penalty kill as well. Ugh. Goal by Charlie Trethway to make it 1-0 Pittsburgh. That's early in the first period. We have another goal. Looks like it's going to be Pittsburgh. Wait, maybe not. Maybe not. We have a face-off. Nope, that's going to be a goal for Pittsburgh. It's now 2-0. Goal by Boston Buckberger. That has quite the name. Unfortunately, he's not on the Bruins, but is now 2-0 Pittsburgh. And now we're heading to the second period. Is this going to be a Pittsburgh goal? Looks like it might be. We have a defensive zone draw. Yep. Looking like it's going to be a Pittsburgh goal. Yes, indeed. It's now 3-0 Pittsburgh. Once again by Boston Buckberger. And they have a sizable 3-0 lead heading into the third period here. Oh, no. And that's a 4-0 lead for Pittsburgh. Early in the third period. William Horkoff with the goal to make it 4-0. And are we going to get a single goal in this game? It doesn't look like it, as it looks like Pittsburgh's going to have this one as well. Yep. And that is a 5-0 lead for Pittsburgh. Horkoff is the second of the game. Oh, it looks like we might have one here. We might have one. Offensive zone draw. There you go. All right. So we don't get shut out in this game. That's good. I go by McKenna from Dahlin and Thompson. But that is unfortunately all she wrote. And we're going to 5. Shots are 27-26 in favor of Pittsburgh. 3 stars of the game are Buckberger, Horkoff, and Bros. All right, here we go. Game number 5. Let's get the first one early here. And it looks like we are going to have an early goal, but it looks like it's going to be for Pittsburgh. Yep. Not a good start for your Buffalo Sabres here. Tommy Lafreniere with the goal. Come on, Buffalo. Get something going here. Oh, boy. Looks like we might have icing. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a goal. Yep. All right. So that's a goal in the end of the first period. Will Coyley with the goal from Hellenius and Stenberg. We're tied at 1 heading into the second period. 27-50-27. Nice. All right. So we're up 2-1. Not going to celebrate too much yet, but we have the lead now. Gavin McKenna with the goal from Ostland to make it 2-1. Another goal. Looks like it might be Pittsburgh's. Come on, guys. Yeah, don't like that. It's now tied at 2 halfway through the second period. Tommy Lafreniere with the goal, his second of the game. And that is the end of the second period. We're heading into the third, tied at 2. Oh boy. I don't like this. I don't like this. Pittsburgh's in the offensive zone and they get the goal. And they're up 3-2 now. And that's William Horkoff with the goal. Come on, guys. Oh no. Oh no. 18. Okay. He didn't get the goal there, but he ended up getting it anyway. Yep, Nick Suzuki with the goal makes it 4-2. Come on, guys. 17. Back to 13. 41. 9. 17. 13. Shoot it. There it is. All right. It's 4-3 with 3:46 remaining. Anything can happen. Elliot Pettersson with the goal from Ekland Aspen Buryaskin. Come on, boys. Oh, wait a minute. Late goal. Late goal. Come on. Yes. Let's go. 1:34 remaining in the third period, and we're tied at 4. Axel Ellefson with the unassisted goal makes it a tie game, and we may not be heading to overtime. Oh boy. Come on. Pittsburgh with a very late goal, 29 seconds remaining from Nick Schmaltz, makes it 5-4, and that is it. We're heading to 6. Come on, guys. They have the momentum at this point. Shots of 38-34 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Bros, Stenberg, and Lafreniere. All right, here we go. Game number 6. Do not take this to 7. Do not take this to 7. Please, Buffalo. Get the first goal. Get the first goal, Buffalo. All right, so we have a scoreless first period. That's fine by me. Just got to make sure we get that first goal in the second period. Come on. Come on, Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo. Get it on net. There it is. All right. We take the lead in the second period. That's Grivo with the goal from Faber and Romanov. Makes it 1-0. We have another goal here, it looks like. Is this going to be icing? Yes, indeed. Offensive zone draw. 10. Shoot it. Nice. All right. We're up 2-0 now. That's Hellenius with the goal from Evans and Thompson. Makes 2-0. And we're now heading to the third period. Hold this lead. Hold this lead. Give me one more and hold this lead. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, okay. So Pittsburgh gets their first of the game. 6:43 remaining in the third. Ken Johnson with the goal. Makes it 2-1. Anything could happen in these last 6 minutes. All right. Nice. We close it out with a 2-1 victory, and we move on to round number 2. Shots are 30-27 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Thompson, Dumais, and Griva. So it was a bit of a close call there. We gave them some momentum there in games 4 and 5, but we did take care of things in 6. And let's see what we have in the second round. And it will be the 49-27-8 Ottawa Senators. All right. So a different opponent besides Detroit this time. I think this is the first time we're not facing Detroit in the playoffs in like 4 years, or at least not in the second round anyway. Let's see the playoff bracket. Yeah, it looks like Detroit was already eliminated by Ottawa, so we can thank Ottawa for that. But now we're going to have to, of course, contend with the team that eliminated Detroit. So this should be an interesting series. McKenna did very well in that series. 9 points in 6 games played, 6 goals. And then in goal, you have a .907 save percentage for Levi. So far, so good for Levi. He had a couple rough games there in game 4 and 5. But besides the 2 losses, it was pretty good. He had a pretty good series besides those 2 losses. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And we're going to keep going into this Ottawa series here. So here we go. Game number 1. That will be a 6-3 Ottawa victory. Oh boy. Maybe I spoke too soon. Shots at 33-25 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars of the game for Vanacker, Yakimchuk, and Carbonneau. First period, Vanacker with back-to-back goals to make it 2-0 Ottawa, heading into the second period where it's Misek with his first of the playoffs from Pettersson and Ellefson. Then you have Vanacker with the hat-trick in the second period, makes it 3-1. Third period, Aram Olsen with the power play goal from Hellenius, and Evans makes it 3-2. But then it's Carbonneau to make it 4-2. And then Ufko makes it 4-3 from Misek and Pettersson. But then you have Casper and Rubrick to make it a 6-3 Ottawa victory in game number 1. All right, here we go. Game number 2 will be a 2-1 Buffalo victory. There you go. Shots are 34-30 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Thompson, Dursey, and Evans. First period, Dursey gets the goal to get things started for Ottawa to make it 1-0. But then in the second period, it's Ekland Asp with the goal on the power play from Dahlin and Buryaskin to make it 1-1. And then it's Thompson from Evans and Aram Olsen to make it a 2-1 victory. No scoring in the third. And we were tied at 1 in the series. Here we go. Game number 3. That will be a 4-2 Ottawa victory this time. Shots are 30-19 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars of the game are Ryabkin, Thompson, and Vanacker. First period, no scoring. Second period, Thompson gets the first of the game from Aram Olsen and McKenna to make it 1-0. But then it's Ryabkin twice and then Vanacker to make it 3-1 for Ottawa. Third period, Faber with the goal gets us within 1 from Thompson and McKenna. But then it's Latikainen for Ottawa to make it a 4-2 Ottawa victory. However, good news is that Zach Benson is finally back from his injuries. So we're going to be seeing him in the lineup. And hopefully he will help out our offense here in game number 4. All right, here we go. Game number 4 will be a 2-1 Buffalo victory. There you go. I mean, certainly not an offensive victory, but it is a victory nonetheless. And we have a tie series. Shots are 30-23 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars of the game are Evans, Shabbat, and Beryaskin. First period, Kamel gets the goal for Ottawa to make it 1-0. Second period, Beryaskin with the unassisted goal makes it 1-1. Then third period, you have no scoring, and it takes us to overtime where Noah Ostlund gets the goal early from Hellenius and Evans to make it a 2-2 series tie. All right, here we go. Pivotal game number 5. That will be a 3-2 Buffalo victory. Let's go. Shots are 30-22 in favor of Buffalo. 3 stars of the game are Benson with the 2-point night, Kasper, and Nuchev. First period, Hanzak with the goal short-handed for Ottawa gets things started, but then it's Thompson with his third of the playoffs from Aram Olsen and Ellefson, and then it's Benson from Ufko and Nuchev to make it 2-1 heading into the second period where it's Hensler to get things tied, but then Ostlund with the goal from Beryaskin and Benson makes it 3-2, and there was no scoring in the third, so we take a 3-2 series lead. Here we go, game number 6 going into it. Come on, Buffalo. Let's move on to the third round. Come on, Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo. Get it out. Get it out of the zone. Get it out. Oh, no, I don't like this. Nope. Ottawa gets the first goal of the game. And that'll be Ryabkin unassisted to make it 1-0. Looks like this might be a Buffalo goal now. 72-51. And 51 shoots it, and he gets the goal. So we're now tied at 1 halfway through the first period. And that's the goal by Aram Olsen, his second of the playoffs, from Thompson and McKenna. And we have a last-minute goal here in the first period. Will it be Buffalo? Will it be Buffalo? Yes, it will. Nice. I believe that is number 10. As Konsta Hellenius gets the goal, his 5th of the playoffs from Romanov and Ellefson to make it 2-1 heading into the locker room. Oh, 5-on-3 power play. Offensive zone faceoff. Come on. There it is. Nice. And that is the 3-1 lead. Aram Olsen with his second of the game from Ostlund and Evans. Come on, guys. Give me one more. Give me one more, Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo. Clear the zone. Clear the zone. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's a horrible turnover. And that's on the power play as well. As a 3-2 game now. Andrei Svechnikov with the goal. Come on, Buffalo. Get it in. Get it in. Nice. All right. We leave 4-2 now. Halfway through the second period. And that's the goal for Ekland Asp from Romanov and Faber. Come on, guys. Give me one more. Give me one more. Oh, no. Clear the zone. Clear the zone. Clear the zone. Clear the zone. Oh, boy. It's now 4-3. That's a power play goal for Ottawa. The goal by Kamel gets them within 1. And we're heading to the third period. Come on, Buffalo. Hold this lead. Give me one more. Oh, no. That's an icing. Oh, boy. Oh, dear. You don't like to see this. You don't like to see it. You don't like to see it. Oh, couldn't clear the zone. And it's now a 4-4 tie game as Gabriel Eliasson with the goal. Oh, boy. Oh, no. No, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh, man. Ottawa with the goal makes it 5-4 as Carbonneau with the goal. Come on, guys. Get me one here. Get me one here, Buffalo. Oh, no. All right, we have a face-off. Oh, boy. Can't clear the zone, and that's in. It's now 6-4. More than halfway through the third period as well. We're going to need to have a great rest of the third period here. Kasper with the goal. Oh, boy. Defensive zone draw. That's going to be an Ottawa goal, right? Yep. 7-4. Not looking good. It's looking like we're headed to 7 here. Goal by Dursey. And we seem to have another goal, and it looks like it's going to be Ottawa. Yep. We're definitely going to 7 at this point. It's now 8-4. Svechnikov with the goal, his second of the game. Oh boy, that was not a pretty game. 8-4 is the final score. Shots are 45-34 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars of the game. Latikainen, Dursey, and Ryabkin. All right, game number 7. We're on home ice. This is for round number 3. Get the first goal of the game, Buffalo. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ottawa gets the first one. And it's 1-0 halfway through the first period. Marco Kasper with the goal. All right. Come on, Buffalo. Come on. Come on, Buffalo. Get it in. 27, 10, 51, back to 10. All right, let's go. We're tied at 1. As on the power play as well. Ostlund with the goal from Hellenius and Aram Olsen. And it seems we have a late first period goal. I'm not liking the look of this. I'm not liking the look of this. Oh boy. It's now 2-1 Ottawa with 26 seconds remaining in the first. Casper with the second of the game. Do we have another late period goal? Yes, we do. And it looks like it's going to be Ottawa. Yep. 5 seconds left. Oh boy. Svechnikov with the goal. Makes it 3-1 heading into the locker room. Come on, guys. Oh no. 4-1 lead for Ottawa early in the second period. Svechnikov with the goal, his second of the game. Svechnikov and what's his name? Casper have been killing us in this series. Come on, Buffalo. We need a huge comeback here. And it starts in the second period. Come on, get it out. Oh no. 5-1. Late in the second period, we're not coming back from this. I mean, I guess crazier things have happened, but it's going to take a miracle. It's going to take a miracle. Ryan Rubrek with the goal makes it 5-1. All right. Yeah. No, it's not happening. 6-1. Late in the second period, 13 seconds left, and Ottawa has control of this game. Drake Batherson with the goal, and we're going to need a miracle comeback in the third. It's not happening. It's not happening. That is a unfortunate second round loss to the Ottawa Senators. Shots at 33-20 in favor of Ottawa. 3 stars of the game are Casper, Rubrek, and Bratt. All right, let's take a look at the playoff stats before we advance here. You have Gavin McKenna with 12 points, leads the team in 13 games played. Hellenius and Aram Olsen with 10. 9 for Thompson and Evans. 7 for Eklund Asp. 6 for Buryazkin. 5 for Ostland. 4 for Elofsson, Pedersen, and Ufko. 3 for Griva, Faber, Romanov, and Stenberg. 2 for Benson, Misik, Nuchev, and Del Mastro, and Amoro and Darlene as well. And then Coyley with 1 in 11 games played. And then in goal, oh boy, the .893 save percentage for Levi in 13 games played. Was that bamboozled? I think I might have been bamboozled. Yeah, it's not great. That's not great. So I guess at this point, there's not much left to do except advance and see who wins the Stanley Cup. And the 2031-32 Stanley Cup champions are the New York Rangers. They last won in 1994. Playoffs winning goal scored by Adam Sikora. They went through Carolina, New Jersey, Ottawa, and Seattle. So the President's Trophy winning New York Rangers also win the Stanley Cup. And just pretty disappointing during these playoffs for your Buffalo Sabres for sure. All right, here we go. Time for the awards. For the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross, and Maurice Richard, it is Jack Hughes. 57 goals, 42 assists for 99 points. So did no one have 100 points this season? Yeah, I guess not, because he got the most points and he only had 99. Then for the Lady Bing, you have Owen Tippett, also of New Jersey. He had 33 goals, 88 points this season, playing alongside Jack Hughes. For the Bill Masterton, it's Kyle Connor of Winnipeg, 35 years of age at this point. 47 goals and 83 assists, or 83 points rather. Then the Mark Messier Leadership Award goes to Matvey Michkov, now in Chicago. And he's actually an alternate captain. You know what? That's the second time that this award has been awarded to an alternate or a captain of some sort. The first time since year number 1, I believe. I think it was, who was it? It was Backlund, I believe, of Calgary. And so this is the first time this award has gone to an alternate captain since then. And then for the Jennings Trophy, you have Igor Shesterkin of the New York Rangers with the .917 save percentage in 60 games played. And for the Hart between Bedard, Hughes, and McDavid is Jack Hughes. And for the Conn Smythe, it is Artem Gonchar of the New York Rangers, 17 points in 20 games played. For the Calder between Marcus Lapanen, Inge Olsen, and Milo Spelkvist, it is Inge Olsen of Boston with 60 points. For the Norris between Rasmus Dahlin, Sean Barnhill, and Jake Sanderson, it is Jake Sanderson of the Rangers with 50 points in 78 games played. For the Selke between Eddie Genborg, Tyson Forster, and Dylan Holloway, it is Dylan Holloway of Colorado with 71 points in 84 games played. For the Vezina between Igor Shesterkin, Sergei Murashov, and Stuart Skinner, it is Sergei Murashov of Pittsburgh with 9 shutouts and a .916 save percentage. For the GM of the Year between Brad Treliving, Chris Drury, and Craig Billington, it is Chris Drury of the Rangers. And for the Jack Adams between Rob Scuderi, Jared Boll, and Mike Komisarek, it is Rob Scuderi of the Rangers. All right, so we're now on June 23rd, so let's sign some prospects, and then we'll take a look at our upcoming FAs and see who we want to sign or see who we're even able to sign. This year, I think I'll sign Sexsmith. He's 22 years of age, 1.5-star talent, 2.5-star potential. I'll sign Giroud. He's 21 years of age, 1.5-star talent, 2.5-star potential. I will sign Forsberg with the 1.5-star talent and 3-star potential. I'll sign Jasinner with the 2.5-star potential, and that's it as far as expiring deadlines go. So Sexsmith, Giroud, Jasinner, and Forsberg. And then there's also Onifriovic and Skarepa, who we have to consider. They're both still a 2-star talent. I can't imagine that Skarepa is going to be getting too much better. He's been stuck there for a couple of years now. So it might be worth it to bring him over, even if it's just as some depth, you know? So yeah, I'll sign Skarepa as well. And then Onifriovic, yeah, I mean, I could see him potentially succeeding. He's got the 17 speed, 15 determination, offensive category is decent, defensive category is serviceable. Yeah, I'll sign him as well, just as some depth. I mean, we're probably going to need it as well, honestly. And then there's also Hampus Englund. We drafted him, I believe, a few years ago. We drafted him 25th overall in the 2029 draft. So yeah, that was 3 years ago at this point. He's still only a 1.5-star ability, but he has that 4.5-star potential. He's got a pretty good offensive category at this point. 17 passing, 17 offensive read, 15 puck handling. Defensive category is not where I'd like it to be. Physical category is pretty good. Mental category is pretty good, but still not quite there. Yeah, I don't think he's quite there yet. I mean, he is playing in the top Finnish league. 29 points last season, 60 games played, 71 grade. That's an improvement on last season where he only had a 65 grade, 24 points. His rights expire next season, so we can hold on to him for one more year if we have to, at least in terms of not signing him. But I may want to sign him anyway just to get him some AHL experience, just to get him used to North American ice, because he's currently ranked as our 8th defenseman on our depth chart. And when you consider the amount of veteran defensemen we have Romanov 32, Morrow 29, Ufko 29, Evans 30, Faber 29, Dahlin's 32. I would like to see what Englund's about on North American ice, I think. And if it doesn't work out, we could probably always just send him back to the Finnish league as well anyway, right? Yeah, I think I'm going to sign Englund, if for no other reason, to get him some training. Some off-season training, right? Because I think you can only assign people to off-season training if you sign them, right? So yeah, I think I'm going to sign Hampus Englund here, and we'll see what he can do in North America. Now comes the upcoming FAs. So you have Morrow, Coyley, Beryazkin, Griva, and that's really about it in terms of impactful players. So what does Morrow want? He wants 5.4 for 3 years. Beryazkin wants 3.8 for 3 years. I think Beryazkin wanted 2.2 last I checked, so that's an increase, unfortunately. Maybe I should have offered him before. Coyley, he wants 4.7 for 3 years. That's a little much for Coyley. He was just supposed to be a decent McLeod replacement, right? But here he is actually getting McLeod type numbers, right? And had a 3-star ability at 30 years of age as well. So he's basically, yeah, I think he's going to be too expensive. I don't think we're going to be able to sign Coyley. And then there's Griva, 1.25 for 2 years. I think we're probably going to have to do that regardless. He's some cheap depth. So yeah, we'll sign him. He had 20 points in 62 games played last year. The rest of these got Beryazkin and Coyley in particular, I'm not sure about anymore. Because the good thing about Beryazkin is that he was cheap, right? He was very cheap for the entire 4 years that we've had him so far. And for some decent scoring depth, like 25, 30 points, that's a pretty good deal. But for the amount that he's asking for, and with the cap situation that we're in, I don't think so. I think it would be best to move on. And his best roll rating is only a 12 anyway, right? So I think it would be for the best to move on from Beryazkin. And maybe that frees up a roster spot for Skarepa as well, right? And then as for Coyley, I just think, I mean, with the amount of points he's scored this year, I don't blame him for asking for that much. But I don't think that's going to be sustainable. I think he might drop off next year. And for what he's asking for the amount of term as well, I just don't think we're going to be able to do that, unfortunately. I like him as a player. He's a good player, but once again, just another case of a player that we're just not going to be able to keep. So yeah, I think Coyley's probably going to be released. I would like to keep Morrow, especially since we had to unload Byram. And Morrow is very offensively based. That 16 getting open, 18 passing, 18 puck handling, 17 offensive read. I would love to hold on to Morrow. He had 36 points last season, 65 grade, and he's been pretty consistent about that as well. over the time that we've had him. He had 2 points this past playoffs in 3 games played, and 11 points in the playoffs before that when we won the Stanley Cup. So yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up re-signing Morrow. I'm just gonna make sure that works financially, which it should. Yeah, it should just barely work. I think we're probably gonna be right up against the cap ceiling. Like we're probably gonna be at like 94.7 million or something like that. So I will give him the 3 years that he wants. I'm going to try to take him down to 4.5, and I managed to get him down to 5.07 for 3 years. And I guess if Wahlberg only wants like $1 million, I'll sign him as some cheap depth, 2.2 for 2 years for 2-star ability. No, thank you. Then you have Garand. I mean, no, not for what he brings. Sorokin, what does he want? He wants, no, we're not going to be able to do that. Del Mastro, 1.9 for 2 years as a 1.5-star ability. No, we're not be able to afford that. And then Essler, I'll just let him auto qualify. So yeah, I think we're just about done re-signing players here. So we're going to advance. And yeah, I think we're just going to be releasing all these players here. So that frees up a couple of winger spots with Coyley and Beryaskin on the way out. And here's our season summary for the 2031-32 season. We reached the playoffs at a winning season, a winning percentage of 600 better, and finished first. No negative categories, longevity bonus of 6, total season score 30, and total career score so far of 207. I will put 3 into tactics and 3 into player motivation. And we have a lot of staffs to re-sign here. Is this part of this must be part of the new update. They just, I think the game updated earlier this morning before I recorded. So I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good change there. Yeah, that's a really good change, actually. I love that. That's prevents me from having to click into their profile just to check the scouting ratings, just to determine if I want to re-sign scouts or not. That's actually pretty good. Up there it is. Ilya Sorokin has announced his retirement, so wasn't even an option to bring him back anyway. And since we're on July 1st, let's take a look at our roster, see what we need in this upcoming offseason. We definitely need a backup goaltender, that's for sure. On defense, you have quite a few players. You have Dahlin, Evans, Morrow, Ufko, Elofsson, Faber, Romanov, Sexsmith, Forsberg, and Englund. So we look set on defense. At forward, you have McKenna, Oslin, Thompson. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is Griva. Skorepa is 13, Onofrievich 14, Giroux and Diener. So numbers-wise, we're set besides backup goaltender. So we definitely need a backup goaltender no matter what. And unfortunately, we are just over the cap ceiling. 96.125 million. Okay, so what's going to happen here? What is going to have to happen here? I mean, we don't have to clear up too much money, right? We just have to clear up enough to get under the salary cap ceiling and then enough also to sign a backup goaltender. However, we have a couple of big contracts to consider, one of which being Gavin McKenna, 6.3 for 4 years is his asking. And then Osland, he's asking for nearly 6 mil. Then what about Thompson? Thompson's 11.7 for 1 year. That's a lot. That's a lot. I wanted Thompson to retire Buffalo Sabre, but I'm not sure. That's a lot. That is a lot for a player who is getting towards the twilight of his career at this point. He's 34 now. He had a bit of a down season last year. So yeah, it's looking like this roster is going to need to see a bit of an overhaul at some point soon, because the contracts are just starting to get a little too much. Because, I mean, we're paying nearly $12 million to Dahlin, who I don't mind. That's not a bad contract for sure. I mean, he's obviously going to drop off at some point towards the latter half of it. But for right now, that's a good deal for Dahlin. As for Levi, I mean, you just never know with goaltenders in this game. I mean, after, how many years in a row of showing consistently getting, 905, 908, 907, 910, 907. Then all of a sudden he puts up an 897. Just and then of course goes from a 923 save percentage to an 893. That's just very perplexing. And then Thompson wanting 11 million, like that's just too much. That's just too much. Yeah, it's gonna be some interesting times ahead for your Buffalo Sabres. That's for sure. Regardless of what happens, it's gonna be interesting times ahead. So I think with that being said, we're going to end things off here, but not before I thank the channel members. Thank you guys so much for all your supports, and I'll see you guys in the next one.